So I'm adding myself to the page right now. And also, you should see the link up at the top. I'm Renee Nora live right now, and we're here with the Breakfast with Champions. Today, I want you to understand the importance of not only who you are, but also why it's important for you to tell your story. Now, I just got the topic earlier this morning, so I'm going to kind of like go in combination with my subject matter as well as the topic for the Breakfast with Champions. And you already know we're going to also go into a deeper dive. We're going to open up the mics for those to pour into the story as well. For those who don't know me, I am grateful to be a mother of a 23-year-old young lady that's right out of college. You know, I'm living my destiny. I am living my destiny and I love it. You know, the journey that have brought me here where I am today, it wasn't easy, but I made sure I was consistent. You know, traveling the world, you know, being an international model, working alongside with individuals such as Oscar de la Renta, alongside with Diane von Furstenberg, as well as many others. But I'll say this also, guys, you probably see me on television, in movies. All of that really doesn't matter. You know why? Because all of that helped me to be able to tell the story that I am going to tell today. You know, one of the greatest gifts I realize in life, guys, never give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. A lot of us are waiting for others to give us approval of what it is or who we need to become. And unfortunately, those days, we can't do that anymore, guys. You know, I want you to understand not only is it important for you to live your best year, I want you to continue on focusing on how you're going to make your 2023 even better and bigger. And if you haven't already shared out the room, please let's do so, guys. The clubhouse is one of the greatest ways that we've all been able to connect with each other. Yes, in addition to that, we've been able to build greater relationships also outside of the clubhouse. Now, I'll say this, guys, because we already know the word out there on the street is that we're getting ready to go into a recession. That's right. And in order for us to crush the next recession, I want you to think about this, guys. We got to have massive action. We got to be prepared. And some of that's going to help us to tell our story as well. They say the best way to be able to rise up is really to curate some of the most important journeys, experiences in life. You know, we already know some people are going to be experiencing unemployment alongside with inflations, the market downturns, and even for some, the upturns. You know, we're getting ready to enter into one of the most pivotal moments in time again. That's right, I said again. Because if you can recall, 2008, I think I was just pivoting, getting ready to leave from the banking industry, but I realized we saw it coming. We saw it coming. And so since we're in this space right now, guys, I want you to really lean in on what you know you need to do in order to finish up this year bolder, stronger, and better. For some, they're not going to be able to make that transition. You see, even during the 2008 journey, a lot of us were able to pivot, but then some didn't have the bandwidth. They didn't have the skills. They didn't have the mobility. So while we're here right now, guys, how we're going to prepare ourselves, you know, we already know some will win and some may not win as big. But one of the greatest things we can do is go to work. Go to work on ourselves. Continuously building and personal development is going to be really, really huge. Who are you aligning yourself with? Ask yourself that question. How are you going to crush your goals? How are you going to prepare yourself to level up for this 2023? That's a part of your story. You see, that's a part of your legacy and a part of how you're going to be journaling out steps by steps of what you have to do. Well, I'm going to sip on some of my amazing coffee. I want you to keep calm and stay classy. That's right. Keep calm and stay classy. If you keep calm and stay classy for 2023, I guarantee you guys, I guarantee you'll be able to win in the space that we're preparing for 2023. You know, one of the things I will say about this recession, it's going to not only help us to prepare our mindset of how we can keep on leveraging, but also keep on what? Expanding. keep on allowing ourselves to get smarter. That's where we have to be right now. That's a part of our story. That's going to be a part of our journal. And with the space that we're in, 2 years, it's now almost 3 years that have gone by with this pandemic. And look at the new stories that we've been able to unveil. Look at the new relationships that we've been able to embrace. So, as we're continuously with this journey, we saw things happening. We saw even things happening to individuals. And unfortunately, we can have some control over what we can have control over. And sometimes we don't have control over everything. So we have to keep ourselves in a space that we're always learning. Can someone please put that in the chat? I will always learn. I'm always learning each and every day. We saw people coming together. Oh my goodness, traveling around the globe, making richer quality relationships. And while we are preparing for the next, I said 18 months, how are you going to level up? How are you going to crush your goals and soar? How are you going to do that? I want you to think about that, because I'm going to ask you those questions, guys. How are you going to level up for 2023, taking you right into those 18 months? I'm speaking to someone here today who's not only been waiting for themselves, but who's ready to soar. Every time you get an opportunity, though, for some, you get to that ledge, and what do you wind up doing? You don't jump. Why? Because you're waiting for people's approval. Can someone put in the chat, I will not wait for anyone's approval anymore in order for me to soar. The greatest gifts that we have, guys, is in us. It's not in our friends. It's not in our family members. It's not even in our parents. No, it's not even in our parents. It's within us. And as you are unveiling and writing out your story, letter by letter, heart by heart, passion by passion, you have to know your destiny is not based upon what someone else tell you, but it's based upon what you feel in your guts. What you feel in your guts. How many of you guys know what your destiny? How many of you guys know what your purpose is? If you know what your purpose is, put it in the chat. What is your purpose? We already know. Some of us are still in that point where even once we reach success, sometimes we still fall short. So many have lost their lives within the past years. Even my brother is one of those individuals who've lost his life due to suicide. And I want you all to hear these words, because here at the Breakfast with Champions, if there is someone who feels as if that they're on the ledge, guys, that's on the ledge of not knowing what they're going to do on the other side, you have a community that's going to support you. We need to hear from you. We want to not only hear from you, but we want to see how we can help you. So please put in the chat, if you are that person, do not leave this space feeling empty. Do not leave this space feeling lost, because you have a community that loves you. Thanks to Glenn Lundy, he's done a remarkable job in not only making everyone feel welcome, but you do have a seat at this table. And if you're down there in the listening lounge or you're in the curious lounge, I want you to raise your hands. We're going to bring you up. We want to hear from you today. If we never, ever heard from you at all on this platform, let today be the day that you break free. Let today be the day that you hear the voices that are you hearing from my voice, because that's what I heard with Glenn Lundy. You see, many mornings when he said, wake up, let's get up at 5 a.m. I'm like, are you speaking to me alone? No, guys. He was speaking to us because we needed to have somebody to wake up that inner giant. And today I want you to wake up your inner giant. I want you to know that you have a purpose in this world. And while you're fulfilling your calling and your mission, understand, even if you have to go through some of those moments in time, we've all had to go through those moments in times. I'll share with you guys, even myself, I knew I was destined for something, guys. I just didn't, at one point, I didn't know what it was, but I was not going to just keep myself limited. I worked a full-time job, and That was it. That job kept me right over broke, guys, because every day was like I was exchanging my time and my services, and it was just not getting enough. I wasn't being fulfilled. And even I've had people to tell me, you know what? You're not going to be successful. You will not be anything. How many of you guys have had people to tell you those things? And you know what you got to do? You got to laugh at them. Oh, laugh, laugh, bro. Really, really loud about it, guys. Because you know why? Because it's not about what they say. It's about how you keep showing up for you. You know, I want you to put some fire emojis in the chat if you're going to show up for yourself for 2023. If you're going to go all out and not play it small, put some fire emojis in the chat because I need to know who I'm talking to. That's right. I need to know who we're talking to. I see these fire emojis. I already see the Soul Mentor Linnell, T.M. Hyman, like, I'm ready. Mr. Peter, he's ready. Christina Howard, Dr. Fred. Okay, Jackie Underwood, she had to do it twice, guys. So you know she's coming with fire. That's right, fire. Guys, you got to go all out. And I'll say this also, even if you're scared, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Because you know why? You have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You know what was so interesting? When I was in my point of creating my business, guys, with these amazing ideas that I thought, how about this? People were laughing at me. Not only were they laughing at me, they were telling me what I was not going to be able to do. I did it anyway. I did it anyway. And guess what, guys? Then they start copying me. What? So sometimes your haters got to be your motivators, baby. Let those haters be your motivators. Because what happens when you keep showing up for you, when you keep showing up, others start seeing you for just who you say you're going to be. So don't worry about your haters. You need haters. Can someone put in the chat, I need more haters? Because the haters are going to be those inspirational people that's going to push you over. That's going to give you everything. If you have so many people liking you, you must be selling ice cream. Let it go. You need more haters. I'm going to say it that way because that's what's going to really push you forward. Okay? I got so engulfed into wanting to do what I needed to do in order for me to succeed. And guess what? I did. I did it scaredly. Now I was doing it, not even realizing that was the story, right? I told you guys, they used to call me the ugly duckling. I was called Too Tall Jones. But guess what? That Too Tall Jones came in handy, darling. Yes, it did, because I became an international model. That's right, blazing the runways. That's what we needed me to be in my season, especially with Ebony Fashion Fair. They needed the tall girls, okay? So if you're tall and people are talking about you, laugh at them. If you're short and people are talking about you, laugh at them also. Keep laughing. I promise you, you stay younger looking. While they're over there worrying about you, you're staying focused on building a better you. Stand focused on building a better you. And most importantly, guys, not only mentally, spiritually, physically, but you got to build a better you financially. Got to build a better you financially. You see, where we're headed for 2023, if you're not diversified, if you don't have multiple streams of income working for you, with you, around you, centering all inside of you, you may get left behind. And that's just as real as it gets, guys. So don't be afraid to say yes to things that you don't understand, especially when it comes down to some of this new technology. Guys, just yesterday, not only did I have the opportunity of interviewing Mr. Wally Green. Guys, Wally Green is such an incredible, I call him one of those millennials, right? But see, I'm a seasoned millennial, so I can still hang out with the millennials as well. And as he was talking to us about the TikTok, he's grown his audience. Some of his views have gotten over 20 million viewers. 20 million viewers. You think I can learn something from somebody on TikTok that has over 20 million viewers? Absolutely. So we challenged ourselves. Within the next 2 weeks, we're going to build up our TikTok account like none before. And then we're going to go back with him at the end of the month, and he's going to critique. He went through each and every last one of our GW3 member sites to see what they were doing. Guys, I'm not afraid to learn, and I don't want you to be afraid to learn either. This is the season where you have to keep yourself learning. One of the greatest gifts you can do is open up yourself to new opportunities. Stop getting stuck with what you're comfortable with, because probably what you've been comfortable with is only got you where you are. In order for you to take it to the next level, you're going to have to open yourself and get new mentors. Get new advice from the younger generation. I said it, the younger generation. You know, all of our Facebook lovers, let's just go raise our hands. You know, we're so used to going to Facebook. Guys, get into the TikTok, get into the Snapchat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you heard me say it. Even the Snapchat. Open yourselves up to doing things that's going to propel you to get out of getting out of your comfort zone. Many of us have been playing it safe, guys. I'm grateful to say, as it stands right now, because I got out of my comfort zone, because I wasn't afraid to go and do what others were not willing to do. I've traveled the globe. I've gone to Africa now 2 times, guys, twice. And I've always just longed to go in just one. I always wanted to put my big toe in the soil of the motherland. And I've had the opportunity of doing it. And next year, we'll be going 2 more times. And for those who are interested in traveling with us to Africa, please DM me. That's probably one of the most incredible journeys been able to do. But I also became a public speaker, a paid public speaker as well. I've traveled to Dubai 3 times. In addition to that, going to Italy, Amsterdam, London, meeting some of my amazing ladies right there in Paris, guys. I realized in order for me to grow, I have to get out of my comfort zone and go and learn how others are living, go and embracing other opportunities, keeping my energy high. That's right, keeping the energy high. So those are some of the things that's important. And in order for you to really want to crush your goal, we're going to talk about that. Crush. What does crushing it means? Crush, the letter C stands for clarity. You have to have clarity in order for you to win with precision as well as certainty. So the letter in crush, it stands for, the C in crush stands for clarity. R, resources, relationships, and being real with yourself. You know, sometimes they say the truth hurt. You have to live up to just that, guys. Having real conversations in order for you to make these bigger decisions and these bigger opportunities. You cannot play it safe and you cannot play it, little. I love being able to embrace and attract new relationships. One of the greatest things you guys have to stop doing is chasing after people. Chasing after people. It's not even attractive, guys. It's really not. Learn how to attract everything you desire. So that underlining your why. That's right. You got to underline your why. Whenever you underline a word, why, W-H-Y, your why, it always put emphasis on it and what it really means, what it stands out for. My why have always been my beautiful daughter, Miss Janae Jazzy Noor. And everybody knows her as Jazzy. Everybody thinks her first name is Jazzy because I call her that so much. But what is your why? What is your why that's going to take you to where you need to go and not give up on yourself? See, that S, it stands for show up and learn. You have to show up and learn. And sometimes people need to shut up. I said it. Sometimes you need to shut up and listen. Because if you're learning, you can't always be what? Talking. You have to know how to add value, when to add value, and you just have to show up and be consistent in that space. And that H in crush, have the heart not to quit. Have the heart not to quit. We see so many people get so excited about doing stuff, but that's just it. They're doing stuff. They're not doing the most important thing of that why. Be more intentional. And if you're going to be intentional, you are going to make sure you reach your full goal by seeing it through, no matter what. no matter what. This recession that's coming in 2023, not only is going to help us to tell some stories, it's probably going to be the best stories yet to come. And I cannot wait. I don't even see a recession. You know what that recession tells me to do? Wrap up and get all in. Oh, I cannot wait for 2023. Yes, it's going to be the best year, and I'm going to make sure of it. And that's how you have to keep telling yourself, this is my year, baby. Nothing's going to stop me. Nothing but confidence is on my side. So I want to go ahead on and open up the microphone in about 4 minutes. And with that, I want to make sure you guys pour into the conversation in regard to what are you going to be wrapping yourself up to? Well, how is it that you're going to be ready to soar into levels that you probably never even been in before, but you know this is your season? Am I speaking to someone? Am I speaking to anyone in the clubhouse? If you know this is your season, go ahead on and flash that mic. Put some heart emojis up. Baby, I hear it. Yes. You know, it's time for you to rise up and soar beyond levels that you've never even been before. No more playing it so safe. Because when you think about this, guys, your story, it got to be the best-selling story out there. It has to be the #1 book. And in order for you to do that, you got to take leaps and bounds and go beyond what you were so comfortable in doing in the first place. So I want to go ahead on and open up the microphone. I have time for 3 or 4 shares. And while you guys are sharing, I'm going to sit right back on my tea right now. So who would like to be the first person to pour in to the conversation and share? Take it away. Your first name.
Hey, this is Doris Tina. I'm going to be super quick, but you know, you are amazing. And my story is so connected with you, with where I am right now, because I saw you, I heard you, I was like, I love what she's doing, I love what she's about. And you embraced me like a sister, like a daughter, like a friend. And I just want to say thank you for that. That's all I wanted to share. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, Stars Tina. And you know what, Stars Tina, it's time to get you over to Africa because that's where you belong. And for those who've never gone to Africa, it will truly change your life. It will truly change your life. So let's talk about that. And good job, Tina, and keep up the great work. Who would like to be next? Pour in.
Yeah, can I say something?
Of course you can, but speak louder. I want you to speak with your chest out. Come on, baby, let's go.
Amazing, amazing. So powerful, Lady Renee. You know, you said something about the fact that most people want to chase things. I've always said to people, it is wrong to chase things. When you become something, you begin to attract things to yourself. I am proudly an African man, and what you said concerning Africa is so amazing. So, this morning I've been fired up, and I'm so glad I joined in today, and I'm looking forward to the best of the seasons in the year 2023. Let's go get the best done.
Let's go. Yes, let's go. What part of Africa are you in? What part of Africa?
Yeah, I'm a Nigerian.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
What part of Africa I am from. Right?
Well, that's going to be on my list to attend because I've never gone to Nigeria. Zanzibar, Tanzania, but Nigeria, look for me coming in 2023. Who's next?
Awesome. I hope that I'll be in Nigeria.
Oh, you will be. You're going to make yourself, you're going to make it happen.
I'm always here, but I'll be so glad to host you, right? Whenever I'm around.
I love hearing that. Thank you for being here. Such a blessing. Who's next? Please, let's have another voice.
Mary Kim.
Mary Kim, and then I heard Miss Jackie. Go ahead, Miss Mary Kim.
Thank you, Miss Renee. Always amazing segment, always motivating and inspiring everyone. The best thing I got out of what you just shared with everyone is relationships. You know, building relationships. This is how we grow. This is how we learn. This is how we impact. And I'm so happy to hear that Wally Green came into the Global Women's Wealth Warriors room and encouraged all our women in there. And it's so important. I've been partnering up with him. He's one of my partners for our vendor pop-up this weekend on Sunday in New York City. He's an amazing soul, spirit, gives back to the community. So he's so inspiring. So I'm so glad that he got to touch everyone in our space yesterday. And it's, for me, what next year is, I'm building the spaces to create for other women and our youth to grow and learn. I'm making those spaces for businesses to grow. And that's one of the things about why I did the pop-up vendor event that's happening in New York this weekend. So Anywho, love what you do. Keep inspiring, and you continue to inspire me to just keep going, because we have that choice, and we just got to make it happen. Just go for it. You have nothing to lose. So thank you, as always. Appreciate you so much.
I love you, Mary Kim. Thank you so very much. Yes, Wally is not only phenomenal, we're going to be bringing him on the Breakfast with Champions on Saturday morning as well, because he's a phenomenal person. He's worked alongside with Susan Sarandon, and I was in the movie The Client, and it's just amazing to see how he has evolved. He's like the modern day Forrest Gump, yes, for winning those ping pong championships. And my goodness, with 20 million viewers on his TikTok, there's a lot that we can learn from him. So I know I heard Miss Jackie. Take it away, Miss Jackie.
Thank you. I enjoyed the segment so much. One of the things that stood out for me is when you said with that S, show up and learn and shut up. No, you said show up and learn and shut up and listen. Oh my God, it's so important because, I remember coming into this space on Breakfast with Champions. When I first got on Clubhouse, I would sit in the lounge area. There's nothing wrong with that. People need to sit down there if they need to. But I would sit down there and I was just listening, soak up everything Glenn was saying, everything everyone was saying on the stage. I was just listening and learning. And then I got bold enough to come to the stage and begin to share. So, sometimes you got to come in, you got to listen, and you got to learn. And you got to shut up.
Yes.
So you can listen. That's so important. And then when it's time for you to rock your purpose, you'll be able to boldly speak out. And guess what? Because a closed mouth doesn't get fed at some point. So I'm so excited that I learned so many things listening, and now I'm able to shine and show what I'm all about. So I'm rocking my purpose for sure, and I'm sharing my vision. Back to you, Renee.
Miss Jackie, you know how much I love you with that 24-inch waistline, and I cannot wait to see how you're going to blaze the universe with your nurses project. But also, thank you for just being the leader that you are. You have changed and impacted my life. Guys, I want to say this because there's no secrets to success. You have to do the work. How many of you guys don't even have a plan? If you don't have a plan, how can you show others what it is that you want them to invest in? Think about this, guys. Bill Gates of all people, he showed his plan to over 1,200 people. Some of you guys would get tired and exhausted to just showing it to 2 people. He showed it over to 1,200 people. That's right. And out of those 1,200 people, only 300 of them was interested. 85 was serious, and it got down to 35. That's like, okay, well, let's see what it's really all about. Do you know how many people helped him to become a billionaire? Somebody just go ahead on a guess. Open up the mics and say some numbers. How many people helped him to become a billionaire? Come on, open up the mics.
Was it 8?
No, not 8. Give me another number. Close to Jesus Christ numbers. Come on.
2.
11. It was 11.
Okay.
It was 11. I said Jesus Christ because Jesus Christ had 12 disciples, and one, if you take away, that's the one who actually portrayed him. So it was 11 people that helped him to become a billionaire. But notice what I said. He showed the plan to how many? 1,200 people. Many of you guys are not showing your plan to enough people. You're getting exhausted from just 2 or 3 or 4 attempts. That means you're only selling yourself short. In this year, 2023, not only is it time for you to level up, it's time for you to go all in. It's time for you to create some new stories, because the old stories are just that. They're old. We're tired of hearing them. So it's time for us to not only create some new stories, but to create some new history. How many of you guys are ready to create new history? Well, let me share with you guys, because I know Glenn Lundy is getting ready to come up. Oh my goodness. We're going to be working on side of December 30th. We're selecting 30 people that's going to help us to bring these vision boards even into full color. We're going to be doing an incredible photo shoot, as well as helping others to truly level up and get themselves to their next level of their greatness. Please DM me. So what I need everyone to do, everyone in the clubhouse, I need you guys to give this man a standing ovation, because let me tell you, he's been over there in Miami showing up, giving all of his best, guys. So can everyone welcome the man, the leader of the Breakfast with Champions, none other than our very own Glenn Lundy. Woo! Thank you so very much for being here with me. I'm signing out as we continue on going right back into the Breakfast with Champions. Guys, it's been an honor and a privilege being here with you today. Thank you.